While you may be different from your peers in regards to many cultural factors such as age, gender, ancestry, or more, you are united in a culture that you have formed in your recovery center. When multiple people communicate together, they create new culture of norms and ways of relating according to Newlip. These recovery cultures are cultures that speak of how to behave, to save face, as well as get progress and recover from your health and emotional afflictions. These recovery cultures, I see that though you are on the journey, you're not ready yet to take the risk of engaging fully with feelings, emotions, and moods. I would offer you knowledge about emotional regulation and how to actively listen and acknowledge the emotions of others you're in a group with, without needing to access them yourself. Often, when engaging in these recovery circles, your concept of self will evolve from one of insecurity to one of more confidence and positive risk-taking. Upon entry, most people have hit a metaphoric rock bottom. Whether going 5150 or having an intervention, we come into these places often because we need a change in how we interact with ourselves as well as others. Over the course of our weeks in treatment, we learn emotional integration and how to acknowledge what we feel and what others are expressing. This can often be painful, so much so that we've pushed it aside before coming to these programs. However, here we have constructive places to listen, acknowledge, and then when the time is right, feel what we're feeling and integrate it back into our lives. The first step into recognizing our feelings is to perceive and processing them. Knowing what the difference between an emotion, a feeling, and a mood are empowers you to understand what is happening in your body as well as your spirit when these things come into play. McCormick and Morrison talk about how a feeling is a shorter response to a circumstance, a memory, or a word that gives an emotional and physical arousal. They gives an emotional arousal, but doesn't necessarily make your skin crawl, right? A mood is something more present that lingers in you for a while, like a song playing in the back of your head, or kind of a motif that influences you throughout your day. An emotion, however, is a physiological response, kind of in mid-range territory. It's not as quick as a feeling, and not as long-lasting as a mood, but it also has a somatic response in our bodies. So when you're feeling anxiety, when you note that you're scared and your heart rate picks up, these are things that clue you in to your emotion. When your stomach gets nervous and you feel the butterflies in there, that tells you you have an emotion too. So an example of all these things going together would be like if you have been in a great mood and feeling that throughout the day, that is a mood, right? And then, but you get a funny feeling that something is amiss. When you turn around, you feel the emotion of being scared because there's a dog barking at you. So that is a quick way to summarize and integrate all those things together. As you learn more about feelings, emotions, and moods, you can use DBT and other therapies that you'll learn about here to manage them better and to choose which one that you want to use at the time instead of lots of being at the mercy of whichever one comes first. But what about when people are expressing these things in group and you aren't ready to engage with them yourself? How can you be respectful of what they are saying and the emotions that they are feeling, even if you're not ready to go there yourself? A great way to express care for those around you is through active listening, mirroring their posture, summarizing what they said back to them, and maintaining similar tones to the words that they are saying, or similar, if they're talking really high like this and really excitedly, you can do that too. Or if they're talking slow and taking their time and are more mournful, being mournful with them. This shows respect to the levels others are sharing at, even if you don't share that level yourself. You're not going there. Another great tip is to have receptive nonverbals, like an open posture, not crossing your arms when they're talking, or and maintaining eye contact with them. Even giving an appropriate consoling touch if there is consent and someone is having a hard time can go a long way to forging relationships and making others feel heard. Feelings are around all of us. As you get better, you'll learn to gauge them in healthier ways. You'll learn the difference between quick feelings, somatic emotions, and lasting moods. You'll learn to actively listen to others in group, even if you yourself retain a distance. By honoring their space, it will encourage you to honor yours and encourage them to honor yours in their recovery. These things are a little tricky, but to live a restored life, we need to learn how to master them. Choose to start that journey today.